Hello viewers and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be playing Denchikus Surviving game within the New World Order 2 mod. Last video I played as Ethiopia and I managed to stalemate/win against the Italians. And I thought of an interesting new challenge for myself. What I'm going to do is play the 1941 scenario that is ever so slightly modified, and the country that I'll pick will be the good old Soviet Union. These will be the settings that I'll be using. And what's the twist here? Well, every non-European Axis country, the Allies, basically everyone outside of the European Axis powers and the Comintern will be annexed into the superpower that is Argentina. And I'm going to 1v1 the Axis as the Soviet Union, or at least the European Axis. So I hope this will be interesting. And without wasting any more time, let's jump straight into the video. As the Soviet Union in 1941, we have a decent industry, some descent, some manpower, an army that is scattered around everywhere, but it's pretty big at least. And the whole world being controlled by Argentina, which is quite beautiful. Oh, you thought that's Sweden? Nope. So first of all, technology. I'm obviously going to abandon this for obvious reasons and focus on getting defense in depth and continuing with the manpower focus doctrine. Why? Well, I do need a sweet GD against all of Axis Europe that I'll get from these technologies. So, you know, we'll be safe than sorry. And the rest are kind of obvious. This is for repair modifier, which makes my stuff repair faster. This is for the industry. This is for some soft attack and hard attack. This is for faster research speed, and this is for a better infantry model. Why? Well, 1942 infantry has 2 more hard and soft attack compared to 1939 infantry, so it's a fairly big upgrade. So my first order of business will be to take the Siberian divisions, all of them, yes, and transport them near Finland, into Velsk, for example. Why? Well, I want to knock Finland out of the war as soon as possible and hold out against the Germans while I'm at it. But of course, after doing so, I'll have to reorganize my army, which is a little bit of a mess, and it will take some time. I'm going to put the upgrades of light armor into regular armor, because, you know, that's quite important. What I'm also going to do is start upgrading every cavalry unit to an armor 3 in this situation, because I would need more tanks against the Germans. You may be asking, oh no, Denchikus, where is Soviet army? Did you disband it? Well, no, dear viewer, I just said to try to redeploy back. But what about no step back? Shut up, I'm playing this for a win. But no, seriously, I need to have a fallback line here against the Germans and slowly build up as they advance deeper into me. Because as I am now, I'm not able to fight them effectively. At best, I can just defend against them. Oh, thank you, game. Okay, so let's say I did an okay job with the initial strat redeployment. What I want to do now is reinforce my troops and try to lower my descent as much as possible. What I think I'm also going to do is start building militia. Why? While they're quick to construct, I'll be taking heavy casualties and they'll upgrade into infantry quite quickly. Plus I need to fill up the holes in the front lines as soon as possible. Oh, and there we go, the Siberian divisions are coming here to aid me against Finland. How wonderful. So what I'm doing so far is an elastic defense of sorts, where I shift units around so that they won't break them. Besides that, I'm also trying to break German units that are coming in, so that their advance will slow down lightly. And while we're at it, let's start moving industry to Siberia. Oh, interesting, it seems that Finland really wants to become a puppet state instead of being my, adversary throughout the Cold War. So let's make them a puppet. And also get the Moscow armistice. I'm really not sure. Well, whatever, let's just accept it and see where that leads us to. Oh, leads us to nowhere. They're still my faithful ally. I also got money to reduce some of my descent. Yay. Speaking of things, I also have my first batch of militia units. So things are slowly starting to look up. And looks like Italy has landed in Finland, but that was all for naught, because I encircled and destroyed their units. I did it! The first encirclement! And it's in Lapland of all places. Yay! Oh, excellent. Winter time is coming, the front is slowly stabilizing, and the Germans are very, very slowly running out of oil. Oh, there we go, the first doctrine has been researched. Time to get this one. Ugh. Oh my, looks like a little gamble of mine here has paid off extremely well. I managed to overrun some troops somehow, and I encircled some German divisions here in Nelido. So, things are going well. And of course it's you, Mr. Paulus. Who else could get into such a situation? Oh, there we go. Some tanks are finally starting to upgrade into the modern model. As you can see, it's significantly stronger than what we normally have, and it will help out a lot within the war. Oh, this is quite a good time to do so, huh? And there we go, a few more encirclements have been completed here, so I'm in a fairly good position now. The center is stabilized, and the Germans are having a harder time winning. So it seems that oil for them is not a problem, because the country that they're trading with is most likely Argentina, and they have all the oil in the world, I'd imagine, or a bit less than that. All the Germans, yeah, they're still holding on. It's 1942, and I'm already out of manpower. But don't you worry, dear viewer, I still have general mobilization for this. Oh yes, I'm coming for you, Germany. I have no comment about this though. There we go, even more troops are being encircled here in the north, which is being a surprisingly active front despite, you know, it being winter as well. Yo, I'm not sure what the Germans keep trying to do in the north, but it ain't working out, chief. Well, aren't I fortunate sometimes that the AI is pretty easy to deal with. I love using paratroops when I remember they exist. Yep, this is, to put it lightly, a disaster for the German army. Look at those beautiful inflicted losses. Holy crap. Alright, the Baltic front has been secured by me basically, and the Italians in Tallinn are about to get some pretty nice and equal treatment from me. And there we go, the northern/center front is even more dead than it was beforehand, so it's just time to start pushing into Germany, or rather into Belarus in this case. 37 German divisions encircled in Belarus, just like that. That's a victory if I've ever seen one. Adorable. The little Hungarian cavalry that could. They're on their own. It's quite interesting that besides the fact that I gave Germany such great odds against myself, they still fared worse against me than they did against the USSR in our timeline. And Romania is the next country to pop. Wonderful. Yeah, I guess the conversation with both Hungary and Bulgaria were not very verbose. So let's make them a puppet state as well. Well, there finally goes Berlin. Hooray. And Italy has fallen as well. What a treat. Never ceases to amaze me that even if I drop my guard for 1 minute, the German AI will start trying to make a comeback. Now, that's kinda useless at this point, chief. And the final pockets of German resistance here in the north are going to get hammered by me. That'll be the end for them. Well, Germany has basically been pushed off the European mainland besides Denmark and Norway, plus one province here in Cyprus. Rather Crete, excuse me. So we might as well just finish Germany off somehow like that. Yeah, at this point let's just take all possible provinces from Poland. There we go. Germany has been completely defeated and annexed by the Soviet Union, or in other words, me. So that was a complete victory for the USSR, and it didn't even take all my population to do it. All of the Third Reich, hooray! Besides Mr. Alexander, Uncle Joe was also another one to make it to Paris. So would I say this was difficult? Not really. Was this more difficult than doing the 1941 scenario regularly? Yes. I finished the war a bit later than did in our timeline, but to be fair, I did have to push to Norway, France, and all that good stuff. But I had fun, which is the most important bit. So I hope everyone enjoyed the video, thank you for the view, and I'll see everyone in whatever else I plan on doing. Goodbye.